this show moving right along. This next comic, you've actually seen him on The Late Show with David Letterman when he was 9. Give it up for Alex Simmons!
I'm so glad you phrased it that way, because when I tell people I was held in a windowless basement room with David Letterman, a camera, and a plate of Oreos, people are like, vibe check, bro, you okay? It's okay, I'm fine. This is such a cool room, guys. Thank you for yourself for coming out here tonight. We got, look at all this pink. It's like we're enveloped by pink. We got this ring of really cool ink. This is what the inside of a hipster's butthole definitely looks like. Right? I'm born and raised in Brooklyn, actually. Not this part of Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn Heights. Basically like diet Brooklyn, gluten-free Brooklyn, you know? I love being a native New Yorker, though. Being from New York City is great because I don't have to pretend I'm from Canada when I travel. I'm a solid New Yorker. My favorite drink, coffee. My favorite sandwich, pastrami. My favorite cookie, classic New York City black and white. Don't ask me which side I eat first. I don't see frosting. I don't think I look Jewish, but my friends are like, man, the minute you start talking, we know you're Jewish because you never stop. Being Jewish in America is weird. When you're Jewish in America and you look like me, it's like you're white, but no. It's like you're alt-white. And being alt-white is actually not that much different from being regular white. It just means I can clap on rhythm. It's like, I'm not a cracker, I'm matzah. It's like I'm a freelance white guy, you know? Like, I cannot and will not accept a full-time white guy schedule, but the company keeps giving me shifts. So it's like, what do I do? It's awkward. You know, and then once the company has economic anxiety, you know, you were a freelancer the whole time, get away. You will not replace our full-time employees, you know? The Ukraine war has been the coolest thing for my ego, actually, honestly. Like, I know people are dying and shit, getting bombed or whatever, but like, President Zelensky is kicking so much ass right now against the third largest army in the world. And he is also an Eastern European Jewish comedian. I'm never the main character in the movie! This is awesome! I think the rabbis should form a consensus and they gotta make a holiday about this guy. You know, because like, he's lasted so long against Russia, like the Hanukkah oil, you know? So like, I think, here's what we do. The Jews will get together at the beginning of February and we'll hide in the closet, we'll fast for 12 days, and we'll smoke weed and tell jokes, and we'll call it Uchronica. Maybe I just smoked too much weed. You know you smoke too much weed when you break your bong and you're like, damn, end of an era. I'm so New York, I named my new smoking piece Stephen Bongheim. Thank you, smart people like musical theater. Yeah, Stephen Bongheim, that's what's up. Listen, it might take a while, but I think the rabbis will eventually make up this holiday. You know, Hanukkah wasn't made in one night. There we go. All right, come on, keep up, guys. This is Brooklyn. I thought this was where the smart people hang out. Come on. It's actually funny because actually Jews can invent holidays. Like, you may not know this. There is no central Jewish authority, right? We don't have a pope. We tried that and you crucified him. So, Uchronica, coming to a synagogue near you, you know? All right. It's funny, somebody told a Lord of the Rings joke the other day, literally 5 minutes ago. My dad, when he was a bachelor, he had 2 cats. One was named Mo, and the other one he found it in the street, and it was gray, and then he washed it, and he was white. So we named it Gandalf. My dad kept me on the straight and narrow. When I asked him if I could read Harry Potter when I was like 10 or 11 years old, he smacked the book out of my hands. He was like, no kid of mine is gonna read this crap before he reads The Hobbit. Reading The Hobbit at a young age really messed me up, though. I thought I could get out of anything in life with a riddle contest. You know, and the teacher would be like, Alex, you have to stay after class. You have detention. And be like, oh, yeah? What do I got in my pocket? Okay, you know your asshole wine buddy who like knows their shit about wine and is a huge asshole about it? That's how I am with genre fiction, especially science fiction. I love all science fiction, all right? Space opera, utopia, dystopia, steampunk, cyberpunk, desert punk, diesel punk. These are all real, by the way. Solar punk, cape punk, clock punk, cassette futurism, Dune. Whatever the fuck that book is. Yeah, I'm a huge nerd. I watched a lot of Star Trek during the pandemic, actually. Like, all the episodes started blending together. I woke up one morning, and in my head, I just was like, Stardate 8675309. My robot data found a mask, and now he has multiple personality disorder. Looks like we're in for some serious bullshit this week on Star Trek. By the way, fellas, if your girl has a long, beautiful neck, a cloak, disruptors and photon torpedoes, that's not your girl, that's a Klingon D7 battlecruiser. Okay, we'll swing away from the Star Trek, sorry about that. I don't want to take you into a strange new world or anything. Coming to Paramount Plus, May 5th. What can I say? My first job was The Late Show, CBS. I'm a company man, you know? Like, what do you want from me? My mom is where my artistic side comes from. So my mom is a professional theater critic for most of my life. And she's a good critic, actually. She's very fair. The only show she's ever really hated was my life choices. You know, she wanted to get me into things like, you know, theater, opera, culture, and like art and stuff. And all I wanted to do was do like Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering, killing her hopes of grandchildren. You know? It's funny, they're making D&D cards now. They're making Magic the Gathering cards based on D&D. And I think that's great, but it's weird to watch cousins have sex, right? Yeah. It's actually really good that I read The Lord of the Rings before I read like Harry Potter, because let's be real, guys, Gandalf sets the bar really low for wizardry, like, right? Like, what does Gandalf do in the books and movies? And I'm mostly going off the movies right now. Like you do. Like, he walks, he talks, he smokes weed, he lights acorns on fire. That's me in college. Like, ooh, Gandalf is a badass. He can't even cast magic missile, guys. Like, he had to lose a life in the game of Smash Bros. To beat the Balrog, you know? Like, yeah, it's like once I get into that nerdy Nintendo, Lord of the Rings, Star Trek zone, I just lose everybody. Nintendo, as a video game company, has both topped and bottomed all of the video game sales globally on the planet. No wonder their latest platform is called the Switch. Yes! Back in the game! I went to a performing arts, communication arts high school in Brooklyn named after a journalist. You know, one of the good ones. It just means I got that kind of like bougie, elitist, blue state education where I only knew how to spell Oklahoma because I did the musical. I got English credit for it, you know, don't at me, you know, whatever the kids are saying these days. We didn't have any sports teams in the high school, actually, so us theater kids, we were the coolest kids in the school by default. So we bullied everybody differently. Like, we didn't shove you in a locker room, decorated it. If your name rhymed with something embarrassing, we wrote a song about it. Stink bomb in the gym? No, flash mob in the gym. Nobody does stink bomb? This is Bushwick, like, what am I talking? You guys, yeah, you know what kind of high school. I went to Edward R. Murrow High School, okay? Same guy who directed Pi and Requiem for a Dream went there. Marissa Tomei went to my high school. The artist Jean-Michel Basquiat went to my high school. It's like some legit shit, you know? One of my favorite pieces of movie trivia that's rather timely right now is, did you guys know that Will Smith turned down the lead role in The Matrix? Yeah, he turned it down for Wild Wild West. Should have slapped the shit out of his agent for that one. But I've always wanted to know, like, what would the Will Smith, like, white people friendly, family friendly, hip hop rap tie-in song have been like for The Matrix, right? Because he did one for Wild Wild West, he did one for Men in Black. Like, I don't know what it would sound like. Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped and slowed right down. He's not here, okay. And I'd like to take a minute, I wanted to play tricks. I'll tell you how I became the one of a place called Matrix. In a generic green city, born and raised in my office was where I spent most of my days chilling out, hacking, relaxing, all cool and all, chasing white rabbits like a damn fool, and a couple of guys who were all dressed the same came to lock me up for a hacking name. I couldn't climb to the roofs and got too scared, and then they threw me on a table, put a work on the table. Bye, thank you. Go ahead.